Well, hey everyone. Back on the road, got a student. Let's roll the intro and we'll get into it. Oh, hey guys. Adam here. Doing a video in the back today. So today is Tuesday the 7th, I believe. So been on the road since Saturday with my new student. His name is George. He's not currently in the truck. He's out doing some personal grooming. Decent guy, kid. About 23, good driver, decent backer. So right now we're currently in Liberal, Kansas, waiting for a national beef load that'll take us back to Tennessee. Good paying load. But yeah, just been moving along. I do have a little story to say. So we'll get into that right now. So any of you guys that are going through training or plan on going through training, when you take your test, you get a little piece of paper at the end of it when you graduate or when you pass your test. This is the paper that you take back to your home state for your driver's license. You cannot get your driver's license without this piece of paper. You can't drive a truck without this piece of paper before you get your license. That's kind of like a temporary license. It's a federal document. It tells you, that you passed, and if for any reason you get pulled over while you have not got your driver's license yet, you show them this piece of paper and everything's good. Yeah. Make sure you put that somewhere, i.e. in your wallet, on your person, so you don't lose it. So here's what happened. My student, George, was getting into the truck, getting all his stuff in there, and he set down his atlas, which had the piece of paper in there. It probably would have been okay if it wasn't a windy day, but of course the wind blew his atlas open and blew his paperwork out. Well, this is what we found out. Spent about 45 minutes, an hour looking for this piece of paper, working through his clothes and his bag and everything else. And I had called the director of training, and director of training said, hey, without that piece of paper, man, he can't go with you. He can't drive the truck. He can't do anything. And there's no way we can make a copy of it. It's a federal document. So he'll have to stay and retest this week sometime. So he also talked to Jeff and knew what was going on. So he said, let me look one more time. So he went inside to look again, and I'm just like, I really hate to have this poor guy not be able to go. So I'm thinking, and I'm like, all right, he set his stuff down. I said, let me get out of the truck real quick. And I got out of the truck real quick. Walked to the front of the truck, and I just felt which way the wind was blowing. I'm like, okay. He hadn't looked outside yet, so I just started walking in the direction that the wind was blowing. And about 5 trucks down in our terminal, where we have all our bobtails parked, where we park when we're there, luckily I found it on the ground. It was about to blow into the pad where all the training's done, and then it was going to blow into the gravel parking area where all the trailers are parked, and then it would have been blown into the woods. So luckily the wind wasn't blowing hard that day, heavy that day, fast that day, however you want to say it, and I was able to find it. So that being said, guys, when you get that piece of paper, that is the most important piece of paper that you're going to have on you after going through school. Do not let it slip away from you. Don't put it somewhere that you forget where to put it. Like I said, Don't fold it up too much, but put it in your wallet, put it in, you know, all your important paperwork. You know, you're coming to school with your birth certificate and all this other stuff. A folder, put it in something. Make sure you guys keep that on you until you get home and get to the driver's license office and get your paper copy of your new driver's license. Otherwise, you could get stuck there for another week or two and having to go through a test again, a full test. You know, you have to do all the backing, all the pre-trip, all the driving again. So make sure you keep your stuff straight. Keep it tight. You know, I would hate anybody to have an issue where they couldn't graduate and get in the road and start making a good living doing this. So, guys, please, just be smart about it. I'm sure I'll be able to do some videos later with George. We're still in the honeymoon stage. We may start teaming on this load, but I don't think so, because there's just no way that we can get there within payday time frame for this load. It would be nice, you know, it'd make a nice little check for me, but I don't think there's any way I can do it, especially if it's not ready until midnight tonight, and I have to. It's just too far. It's 1,000 miles, so it would be close, but I'd still think we'd go over cutoff time. So, but besides that, you know, we've had a good trip so far. We've had 3 loads. With the load I was on when I stopped to pick him up, we finished that one yesterday, day before yesterday. Finished that Sunday, and then we picked up a load on Sunday and only got about 50 miles because we had to wait for that load. And we picked that one up at Walmart distribution center there in Kansas City, Kansas, and we dropped it yesterday. Dropped that in Garden City, Kansas. But on the way, we were going through Great Bend, Kansas, and George was driving, and we had to come to a stop at a stoplight. It wasn't a crazy hard stop, but apparently it was hard enough. A fitting in the tandem solenoid box, which helps release the pins that hold the tandem in place, snapped. Lost all pressure, and apparently all the pins sucked in, and the tandem slid straight to the back, slammed. I mean, it felt like it felt like somebody hit us with a train. This is what it really did. You know, we were at the light, so we really couldn't do anything. Started driving. We were still able to drive, but got about a quarter mile and just started hearing, you know, the distinctive hiss coming from the tractor brakes. That the air was just running through it. So we got pulled over, got into a Walmart parking lot, parked, went back. I figured out what was wrong with it. Kind of showed him, you know, you have to track it down and see where the air leak's at. And it was just a little, probably a 3/8 fitting that went into this aluminum block, and it had just sheared right at that aluminum block. Kind of had a fight with Prime RA. You know, they wanted me to drive it over 100 miles. And I was like, listen, dude, I can't, you know, I can't move my tandems. I'm illegal in weight right now. So no, I can't drive it. Well, do you still have brakes? Yes. Then go ahead and drive it. No, I can't. I'm illegal. And 10 minutes fighting back and forth with these RA guys. And I finally said, I put it in the text, no truck stops within 100 miles. This unit is unsafe to drive in its current condition. Please send service. Within 2 minutes of me sending that, I had a service tech on his way. So if you guys have to deal with RA in any form or fashion, remember those words. This unit is unsafe to drive, especially if it is. You know, if it is just a small air leak and you can get down the road and your compressor can keep up with it, then roll. But I wouldn't go more than 25, 30 miles. That's just me. You know, luckily there was a shop a mile away from where we were at. He was there within 10 minutes, had it fixed within an hour. So he just took the complete valve body off, took it back to the shop, put a new fitting on it, easy out the fitting where it was broke inside the body, back on, we're on the road, you know, 2 hours tops. So just be careful out there, guys. You know, there's no way you would have been able to find this on a pre-trip because this was inside a box on the tandems. It's not something that we're supposed to pre-trip or pre-look at or anything like that. And it just happened. You know, it's just because, you know, we're on a bumpy road coming to a stop. It hit a bump the right way, cracked the rest of the way, you know, because you could tell this was a 19 trailer, you know, 2019 trailer, which is not terribly old, but then again, that fitting was fairly corroded, and it being a piece of steel going into a piece of aluminum, those are dissimilar metals, they corrode because they don't match together. You know, any kind of dissimilar metal is going to corrode. So be careful out there, guys. You know, nothing you could have done to figure this out, but if you hear something that's not sounding right, because that's when I heard that air running, I was just like, all right, we got to pull over. You know, I thought we could make it a little bit further down the road and reset the tandems. We were just in the middle of the town, so there's nothing we could really do on a 4-lane highway and just traffic everywhere, nowhere to really pull over with. So when we got to that Walmart, I was like, pull into there, and we squeezed into it and got it taken care of. But guys, I appreciate you all. I haven't really looked at my studio in a couple of days, but last time I looked, it was like 335 for the subscribers. I've gotten a lot of comments on my Florida video from people in Florida, and you know, had some guys call me and ask me questions and send me some emails and stuff like that. So I'm working with those guys. But look in the description. My phone number and my email will be in there. I also opened a Discord group for Wilson drivers and future drivers and people who just want to ask questions and stuff like that. So I'll put that down in the description also. Everybody's invited to come in, just read the rules, understand them, or I don't want to be that person that has to kick people out, but understand the rules. But again, appreciate you guys, appreciate everybody who subscribes, that watches the videos. If you're still thinking about coming, you know, check me out on the rest of my social medias, and give Bradley a call. Use my referral code. Let them know that you heard from me. If you don't talk to Bradley, same thing. Use my referral code. Let them know that you talked to me. I'll get credit for whoever you talk to. I'd like you to talk to Bradley. He's an awesome guy, and he appreciates it. So you know, he loves trying to get people into this job to make money. So, but guys, I appreciate it. Have a great day. I'll probably do another video here in a day or two while we're driving, while I'm riding passenger seat. And hopefully we can get him home. He wants to take a couple days off because he's been gone for 2 months. from his wife and take 2 or 3 days off, and then I'll pick him back up, and then we'll start running hard and heavy again. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Subscribe, ring the bell, give me a comment, give me a thumbs up. It helps me out with the YouTube people. And as always, if you're doing this job, man, don't be overly confident. Be overly cautious. Take your time. Slow is fast. And that's the easiest way to do it. But I'll see you guys down the road. Have a blessed day.